We're getting ready to start our afternoon milking. I'm standing in what is called the special needs group, and it's called that for a variety of reasons. Some of these cows are just some of our higher end, higher quality cows. There's also a mixture of cows that, like this one right here, who just calved and need a little bit of time to integrate themselves back into the milking herd, and then the occasional sick cow as well. Some of them stay in here permanently, others might only be in here for a couple days while they're sick. So the first thing we got to do is get the cows out into the holding area, and I'll start forking piles out after that. This special needs stalls are laid out in what's called a bedded pack. So basically the cows lay on a pile of what starts out as sawdust, and well, we come through every afternoon and throw in a new round of sawdust, and at each milking we replace the manure out of the pen to try and keep them as clean as possible. Shut the fans off to the special needs since the cows are no longer in there, and we're going to start flinging sawdust here in a little bit. I got all the manure forked into the alley here. Now it's set to go and switch these gates so we can run the skid loader in here, scrape out the manure, and put in new bedding. I got the special needs all bedded up and taken care of. I put about a scoop of sawdust in each of the 3 pens, although we keep the gates open to the point where the cows can use all 3 of them at any one time. You probably noticed we just got our tractor trailer load of sawdust this morning, so that bay was stuffed to the brim. We usually get about a tractor trailer load once every 4 weeks. I'm not worried about any parts that I didn't cover. The cows will just tend to kick around the sawdust over the span of the day, but I'd say that's a job well done on the special needs. Let's go work on the rest of the cows. Now we're gonna go ahead and open the gate to what we call the first group here. And this is a group of cows that are earlier in their lactation, and which means they tend to give more milk than their peers. So they are fed, well, the same diet is fed to all of our groups, but they're fed more of it to help stimulate more of that milk production. I got to rain on their parade now because they just got fed, but we're going to go ahead and get them over to the parlor. Both of these next sets of groups live on a slatted floor with free stalls available to them, and so their manure just falls down to the slats, and there's a manure pit beneath that we can pump out on the sides of the barns. This barn was built in about 2001, and it really just makes things so much more convenient. Not a very difficult trick here. We're just taking spots where there's manure or urine built up on the beds, then removing it, letting it fall into the slats, and cleaning it all off with fresh sawdust. Come on, girls, milking time. Back in the skid loader now. We're gonna head back on over to the stalls, and we're gonna scrape the excess manure that's left on top of the slats, run some more of it down into the slats, and then carry out the rest. This is something that we do every afternoon. Well, that should certainly be a much more welcome sight than what we had before. Now I'll go ahead and let the cows back in. I've got the gate switched over now for the first group, to make way for the second group while the last couple sides of the first group are getting milked. We had started bringing this second group of cows over. These are cows that are later in their lactation, don't quite necessarily have the full feed demand of the first lactation cows. These second group cows are also pregnant, and so they'll be getting dried off in a matter of months. Now I'm taking back the rest of these first group cows now that we have all the second group cows headed towards the parlor. So I'm gonna shut the gate up here and start scraping out the second group. Got the second group all scraped out now. Gates back open and the cows are starting to filter in as they come back from milking. I went back and I milked for a little bit, and now that milking's done, we got all the second group cows back over. Both sides are now milked and done for the evening. Just the last thing I need to do is scrape out this alleyway here and turn the gates back over. That's going to wrap it up for this one. We'll see you in the next one, and thank you guys for all the support. Really appreciate it.